Hello, everyone, and we are here with the 3 secret questions with Carrie Simpson. You did a great job today. My gosh, you killed it.
Thank you.
You see what I was talking about being rad? I mean, look at that hairdo.
The tattoos.
Look at the tattoos. I gotta ask you, do you dye your hair that color?
Well, I dye it a different color, actually. The ocean has ruined it. I usually dye it a very nice silver.
Okay. So she's a huge surfer, by the way. And that
No, I'm not a
5
huge
week
surfer.
vacation.
I'm a beginner surfer.
Going to be a great surfer with the way that she works. She's amazing. Anyway, I'm going to ask you 3 questions.
All right.
And rock and roll. Give us your best answers. What was your dream job as a kid?
Solid gold dancer.
Solid.
That's what I wanted to be when I was a kid.
Hold on a second. See, I only know of one solid gold.
No. Look.
I'm just saying.
No, there used to be. How old are you?
I'm 30.
Okay, so there used to be a television show on
Okay.
late 70s, early 80s called Solid Gold, and it was like American Bandstand was back in the day, and they would play like the current top 40 songs, and these women would come out, and they were always dressed in gold. They were the solid gold dancers.
All right, okay. I thought for a second, I was like, down the street you could really make a living if you wanted to.
I'm a little old for that career choice at this point, but.
All right, so why didn't you go that route?
Well, I was kind of a short, chubby kid, and they don't really hire, short, chubby 12-year-olds on solid gold, so that dream was dashed.
But then you lost 100 pounds, and you could have easily done that as a child.
Well, it turns out that you have to train to become a dancer.
At that point, you weren't willing to do that, right?
Well, at 12, you don't really realize the work that went into becoming a dancer, auditioning, whatever. You just think, I could totally do this.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I had there were a lot of solid gold dance recitals in my basement.
Well, I think you've ended up at a good place. So maybe in the future you could possibly go and do some dancing and figure out.
Apparently, I'm going to go make a couple bucks at Solid Gold down the street after work. So.
That one's actually in Miami.
Oh.
We don't do that. That's what's fun about this is we talk about everything. Don't mention that. So second question. What woman inspires you and why?
Oh, my mom.
Amazing.
My mom is the most inspirational woman in my life. So I know, if everyone's listened to the podcast already, they will know that I grew up, in a fairly dysfunctional home, and I was an alcoholic by the time I was 19. My mother actually was the person that inspired me the most throughout my journey getting sober. I watched how she changed her life and the things that she did, and I know she's 20 years different between when our family was falling apart and how she was able to put it back together and just really change everything for us. It was I don't know how much of it she wants me to reveal to the entire world, so I'm not going to do that, but needless to say that watching my mom change her life was what encouraged me to change mine. My mother was not an alcoholic, by the way. I don't want people thinking that. I feel kind of awkward even. Now I feel awkward. So.
No, never.
Okay.
There is no awkward in this. It's
But
just
my
you
mom.
being you. That's
My
amazing. So you kind of went against the grain then because you said your mom was amazing and you decided to go a different route. Because in some cases, the kids usually take on the behaviors that their parents have or that they
I took
do.
on my father's behavior.
Okay, so there you go. Are you and your father still in contact?
Well, he's dead.
Oh, I'm sorry. My
Sorry.
mother has passed away as well, so I understand. But we're as strong as ever, kicking butt and doing it, and Mom is an inspiration, and Mom deserves all of the love as you can possibly give her. So, excellent. All right, last question. What is the worst decision that you've ever made?
Ever?
Ever.
God.
I've stumped her a few times
The
today.
worst
I've been pretty good at this.
decision that I've ever made. Oh. Made so many bad decisions.
Do we have the Jeopardy music?
I'm trying to think of the worst decision that I've ever
Okay,
made.
there's no rush.
The worst one I made this year, the worst one I made in my entire life.
What's the first one that comes
I think
to
the
mind?
worst decision I ever made, honestly, was I was too proud to go home when I was a kid, right? So at 18, I left the house, never coming back to this town. Yeah. You guys suck. You all suck. Everything's the worst. And I was 18 years old, and I had no skills, and I had no college education, and I was a horrible waitress, and You know, like I just, at some point, I should have been able to go to my parents and say, I made a mistake. I wasn't ready for this. I'd like to come home. And I was too proud to do that. Like, that was probably the biggest mistake I ever made in my life.
And at 18, you know everything.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yes. At
And you're
18
boozing.
and
You're
20
like,
yeah.
totally.
And
I'm
now
never
at
going
like
that way.
43, I know nothing.
And at 43, you want nothing than a home.
38.
38. She's actually 30.
Thank you.
Well, you're proud now. You've got a lot to be proud of. You've done a great job. You've got an excellent family, daughters, husbands, moms. Like, you're full of love, and you have everything to be proud of.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thanks.
Thanks for doing this. We'll see you on the next one. Bye, everybody.